Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single from only £1.20, a return from only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talk in Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and it is the weekend. The show that takes you from the week and puts you into the weekend is here. The Friday night press conference, final look ahead to tomorrow's big game at home to Portsmouth. That's right, it's a huge game. It's a game that I feel we must win. We'll get into that obviously as we go through the show. Portsmouth breathing down our next 2 games in hand, and a win will really put them into the driving seat again. We'll look at the league table in just a moment. But before we do, Lee Roberts is a new YouTube member. Lee, well done. You have kicked off Friday well. Welcome home, my brother. And Jordan Cansdale as well. You can follow those two excellent expert level of leadership by also becoming a YouTube member or a TT Fifth Stand Ultra and make it onto our board. I know there's a couple of new ones to go on now, so thank you ever so much. But on the screen now, for those that are or our audio listeners, on the screen now is our list of monthly supporters for the Talk in Town platform. A huge thank you to every single time I turn this microphone on, turn the computer on and press broadcast, because without you, I wouldn't want to talk to Matt and Rich every week, to be honest with you. It's hard enough doing it when we're not doing shows. But I joke, of course, particularly Matt. Rich is fine. But thank you ever so much to the TT Fifth Standers. We love you all ever so much. And it's getting bigger and bigger. We've now got 4 boards, and the link is in the chat. So please, if you can, do support us. And there's the 4th board, Turbo GT, Victoria Henderson, and 4 anonymouses. Right. We've got Prediction League, Stadia Designs. We've got obviously a huge announcement. I've got a video package all lined up. The finger is itchy to press it, but we'll hold off on that just yet. Lewis Robinson, good evening. Again, happy birthday to Matt Stannard. Away Day Beers, welcome in. We are, sort of 8 minutes away from cracking open that bottle. What are we going for this evening? Anthony Steele's in the room, Simon Bradley. Are we able to get Ndaba back from Salford? No, I think they changed the loan system a while ago now, where you can only get players back in the window. So loans are sort of window to window, I believe. That I will have to check. But he likes Elkan Baggett, he says in the press conference today. Maybe Elkan could be a wild card entry into the back 3. It should be Burgess. It probably will be Burgess. We might find out. Lewis Robinson looking forward to tomorrow. Nice going to a big game full of optimism. He's loving the Bundesliga. Rich has got a couple of things for you as well. Matt Stannard, you correct. Hey, when did that happen, Gov? You corrected my name. Yes, we did that recently. I got George to do that ever so slightly. Right. Let's have a quick news update. I want to draw your attention to this piece of information. You may have seen it, you may not have seen it, but it is how to claim your year 2 compensation. It's important you do so. You've only got until 5 p.m. on Friday, the 18th of March. That's a week today at 5 p.m. Because if you don't do anything, they will keep your money, my nan tells me repeatedly on the phone every day this week. She did go into details about how the leadership may have changed, but certain actions haven't. But yes, this is very important. So season ticket holders from the 2020-21 season are reminded, let's just go full screen, that the deadline to select their compensation option for year 2 is 5 p.m. on the 18th of March. As per last season, the club requires supporters who held a 2021 season and those who paid via direct debit and cancelled partway through to choose a compensation. So make sure you do that, ladies and gentlemen, because, well, it's your money. And I think the options, I haven't done it myself yet, I have to be honest, are donate your team card points to the club, receive team card points for use around the club throughout the next season, or use your team card points to reduce the price of your 2022-23 season ticket. So there we go. There's the 3 options. Get choosing. You've got a week today. I haven't done it yet. I must make it on my list, although things often fall off my list. So I better hope that doesn't fall off. Simon, what's happened to McGavin? He was a good defensive midfielder under Lambert. Rob, I'll go ahead and bring in our first contribution on that one. He's all things academy. He's all things town. It is, of course, our resident tough talker, tough tackler, Mr. Richard Moss. Brett McGavin, where do you want him?
He's at Kings Lynn.
He's at Kings Lynn. Is he in the bin for you next year?
He's found his level, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Possibly so. How are you, sir, by the way?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Very well. I'm very well. I'm excited to get into tonight's show. Excited to crack that bottle of beer open in 5 minutes time for the weekend.
Why 5 minutes time? Because mine's open already.
You got to savour it. All good things come to those who wait. The longer you wait, the better it is.
Depends how many bottles you're having, though.
Oh, only the one. I'm a lightweight. I can only have one. Otherwise, I'd be rolling down the stairs. But hey, Brett McGavin.
Wayne Bruni.
Oh, there's a beautiful drop. Brett McGavin was obviously just mentioned, but another player that was mentioned just before I went live was Armando Dobra. Somebody asked on Facebook, how is he doing? What's he doing?
Where is he? Someone said, where is he?
Yeah. What's happening with Armando? Because obviously he's now that sixth loan that isn't in the matchday squad as often as he was. He's not pulled up trees. Do you in the summer say thank you, Armando, but no thank you?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in the mix. I honestly don't. Look, he's had his chance. He had a few chances. He hasn't under McKenna, so you don't know what happens in the summer. He could come back.
We don't. That's right.
Could have a pre-season, but I would be very surprised, Martin. You know, I think we've moved on. I know he mentioned Baggett today, but I think you're going to have to be an outstanding youngster. You know. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's about time that started to be the case. It wasn't the case for a long time.
When Evans was in, what was he said? He wanted half the team from the academy, didn't he?
It was all just sort of target hitting, really, wasn't it? That's what it felt like. He's in the shallow end, still putting on his armbands, Gov, says Mike D. Absolutely, Mike. Right, let's go ahead and bring in our second contributor. Before we do, Plymouth, Rich, did you see the Plymouth news that they're going to be missing a couple of players when we play them?
International call-up, so one of them's there. I can't remember what his name is. The midfielder, very good player.
You've got Kamara and Luke Jeffcott missing.
That's the one. Kamara, Jeffcott, not scored so many goals as he did last season, but look, they probably know we could suffer the same. You know, Selena could get picked. I know he got picked last time.
He's been asked not. Yeah, he's been asked.
So I'd expect that to happen again, Martin, because I think it's only friendlies, isn't it, for them? So
it is.
Fingers crossed.
Great news for us, obviously, because anytime you can weaken your opposition without having to do anything is great. Great news for us when they come down on the 26th. But my question to our next contributor is, can the football club do anything about that? Because to me, if I'm a Plymouth fan, we're going for promotion, and one of them is off to play the under-21s, for crying out loud. Mr. Phillips.
Have you not seen the announcement in the comments?
No.
Stephen Parry has a new alarm.
Does he really?
Yeah. I nearly fell off my stool.
Where has he put that?
A little bit higher up.
I haven't seen it.
Background.
Oh, I can't wait to get Steve on the show then. Good grief.
Dominic Dean. Have a new nickname.
Hi, Cruncher. Are you called that because of crunching tackles when you played?
Well, the man up there, you nickname me it.
He wishes.
Yeah. It's because he likes hobnobs.
He's a cruncher of the old carrot, and no, he's not really. But Matt, can they do anything about that? Because if I'm a Plymouth fan, particularly, I think it's Jeffcott, under 21s. What? That's pony.
So, say the question again. I was too.
Can the club do anything about that?
About what?
About players just halfway through a season going international duty.
Well, unless you just do a Mick McCarthy, what he used to do with Flynn Downs and go, oh, he's got shin splints, bring him back.
But do the club have it? Because obviously the club pay the money; they're the contract holders. Or is it a mandatory? You can't do anything about it? Because I'm generally intrigued as what power the club have.
Yeah, probably very little unless you're injured. I would have thought. But yeah, you will notice our youngsters never used to get called up for under 19s or 20s because McCarthy would say they was injured. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I find it a little bit harsh on League 1 and 2 sides when you've got like call ups. And that's suddenly your good players gone, isn't it? It's not like you've got championships. Well, we have, but everyone else hasn't got a championship style squad, have they?
I was just amazed because you know they're sixth in the table. It's very tight, and he's not even going off to play in a real meaningful fixture. It's the under-21s. It's Mickey Mouse, and it just seems like the club pay the money, Rich. They pay the contracts, and yet they lose the asset at the most valuable time.
It's like Ian Davis says, they're international players. Then don't buy them.
You know? They don't become international players in the process.
Yeah, I know that they could do, but I think we're looking a little bit far ahead anyway because Plymouth's another 2 games after tomorrow down the line, and we've got to look at tomorrow's game first before we.
Well, you see, we're fans. We can look at all of the games.
If we're looking at it, though, Plymouth, if we can beat Plymouth, they've got such a tough run in. They're playing everybody in the run-in. They've got, I think, MK Dons. They've got Wigan, all sorts. So if we can get 3 points off them, we're in a great place. But yeah, as Rich rightly says, think about tomorrow first.
Where's his dad? Where's his dad? Is in the chat. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Mr. Burns. Well, it's 8:40, which means I can't wait any longer. Let's get a weekend. ITFC Legends Pack. Make your weekends flow from $14.99. Pints of points is what we want tomorrow.
Why 8:40? Why not 8:45?
Because then I've done my spiel. I've brought you both in.
10 minutes
Job
in.
done. Job done. And it's easy to remember. 8:40. Boom. Bottoms up.
True.
What are we drinking? I know you're drinking the Wayne Bruni.
Wayne Bruni tonight.
Bruni.
I'm on South African Shiraz tonight. But if Josh is watching, if you can send me some Bundeslager, I'll start rocking that because that's very nice.
Oh, it is very nice.
Very
you
good.
can get Bundeslager, I believe, as part of the.
Can you?
A part of the subscription pack. You absolutely can. As Lewis says, I'm often pissed by 8:45. Very true. Very true. And 8:40 just seems like a natural fit, you know, because I don't want to wait too long for my beer.
Yeah, fair enough. It's 10 minutes into the show, isn't it, I guess?
It's like being out on New Year's Eve. I've learnt that trick. No, never do that. Never do that.
I can't imagine you going out on New Year's Eve. I'd imagine you sitting.
Why would I pay?
We do sit in.
Why would I pay a £5 to go to a pub I go to the rest of the year for free? Like, come on.
That's cheap, a £5. It's like 20
well,
quid,
this was like 10. This was like 10 years ago. I've not been out in absolute years. Should we start with the stadium designs? What's going on there? Should we kick that off? Because I've not got both of your thoughts on a show with it. I'm going to borrow your tweet actually, Rich, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I think you've got the designs on there, so we can have a quick butchers at that and get both your thoughts. Obviously, Rich, you're the one that tweeted it, so I'll ask you first.
Oliver Hayes, I love Oliver Hayes' message.
Mr. Cruncher
Mr.
turns knobs into an acronym. What's on blue?
Not on blue.
Yep, they work in progress. Go in the K as that makes it harder. I don't understand what that means.
No, this beer's strong. It's gone straight to my ear.
How much have we drunk already?
I haven't got a clue. Right, here we go. So these are the designs. You've got obviously the new match day screen going in the
No
corner.
goal. Look, we were 2-0 up against Norwich. It could have been 3.
Well, is that us or is that them? No goal.
That is us. Oh well, yeah, mate. Well,
Doesn't say, does it?
We're all over it. We dominated the game.
Martin's never seen this corner of the stadium, Rich, because he can't see it from his seat, can he?
I haven't. And there is the.
Matt wants to sit in that corner. Didn't Matt say he wanted to have a sit in
that
that corner?
terrace. Yeah, because you
He
get viewers to place on there. I'd love to watch a game, and they've still got the little things you can prop up against. I'd love to watch a game from there.
So, how do you see it, Rich? Your tweet. You start it. Because you also said about a new purpose-built stadium, which got absolutely.
Going back to that, have you seen the away dugouts? If you look where the away dugouts are, if you put that back on,
got different seats.
No, look behind there. You've got a row of about three rows, Martin. Wouldn't you just love sitting behind that away dugout and giving them absolute pelters? Come on, Colin, we'll be there. Come on.
You wouldn't because you wouldn't see anything. All you see is the back of like.
Well, because you'll be raised up. You'll be raised up.
No, you see the back of Pep Guardiola's head when you're beating him 3-9.
Look, I was being a little bit naughty in the tweet because Martin is of the opinion that Town should move to a new stadium, are you?
I am.
If you read
that'd go down really well, wouldn't it? That'd go down really well.
If you read the I know Mike D said move to a new stadium. If you read the comments to that tweet, I reckon 95% it was like, oh, we can't move, you know. Oh,
Why? Why can't we move?
Because that is what people are They're used to, you know, we're creatures of habit, aren't we? On a Saturday or a Tuesday, we go to the same stadium.
Let me tell you, Rich, 95% of our fan base couldn't tolerate this podcast starting. They're going to
go.
tolerate a new stadium, aren't they?
There you go. They're saying we wouldn't want it out of town. We wouldn't want it to be a soulless bowl, you know, like some of the stadiums that are built
like
now.
MK, though, Rich, didn't we? We liked MK Stadium, didn't we?
Yeah, but I think I agree with Mike D. Better acoustics, because the North Stand, it's them two stands, Matt. When you look back now, it looks. I know they're hampered by the road with the North Stand, because I think what they wanted to do was just like the one at Portsmouth behind the goal. It just goes right up a big bank. Yeah. But the other end, the Alf Ramsey stand, they just took the roof off the old stand there. It's the old terrace at the bottom, isn't it? Just with the seats on. So
it's a Meccano set.
Yeah, it's still a good little. It's still a good stadium.
I didn't say it wasn't a good stadium, but it don't look like it's.
I'd rather, as I said to you on WhatsApp, I'd rather change the badge than change the stadium. I think update the badge a little bit.
I just look at it from a. I mean, obviously, I've been to Tottenham's new stadium, and you're never going to get that unless you're a Champions League team. I'm fully aware of that. But when you go there, you realise that you're not even in the same sport as a Premier League team such as that. You know, and commercial reasons for me dictate that. I mean, you're not going to get much out of Portman Road. What really are you going to get out of Portman Road commercially? Because the council are going to be reluctant to hand over
John Giggs.
Well, but look at the car. Look how they're building around that football stadium. By the time you're in a position to actually use the space you've got there, the council would have already built crap on it. To be honest with you,
yeah.
You know, another block of offices that sit empty.
The lease has to be sport there, so they couldn't knock it down and put flats or whatever. It's got to be sport there, hasn't it?
Yeah, so, but around it hasn't got to be sport. So that huge car park that you could potentially take over and build a hotel complex, just something out of my.
They tried to do that once, didn't they?
They did.
About it once. I was against that because that's where I park.
Yeah,
so I didn't want that.
See, what on earth? What on earth? What on earth?
I'd be upsetting my routine. I'm a creature of habit.
I just Portman Road is at its max, and all you're going to do is literally band-aid it. That was my opinion in the WhatsApp. You're just going to band-aid it, like knock down the cobble stand to do what? Band-aid it. It's another 20 years. You've got a stadium or a stand that is a bit worn.
Yeah. I do get it. I mean, I would go with the flow, mate. I don't care either way particularly, but I do like Portman Road. You know, it's the house that Bobby built. You know, we've had all our history there. We've won. You know, we've had UEFA Cup final on that pitch. So, you know, this.
But that doesn't change. Like, if Portman Road was suddenly just, you woke up tomorrow and it had gone, aliens had come and taken it, that doesn't change, you know. You still had those moments. They still existed.
Yeah, I get it. Well, look at Arsenal. They moved from Highbury to the Emirates. So, I mean, you know, people do get used to it, don't they? And probably,
we had some great moments there, didn't we, Matt? And even, I don't know if Martin wants to roll it now, but we had some great moments in the playoffs there, didn't we?
Yeah.
The playoffs. What a night that was. You know, Bolton Wanderers, everyone in the chat, were they at that game?
Yeah.
Because if you weren't, you would have missed the great game.
Do you know what annoyed me, Rich, from that game? Dean Holdsworth ran over to me doing this.
Yeah, cupping his ears. He wasn't cupping his ears when the fifth goal went in, though, was he, really?
Don't get me wrong. I would be just as upset as anybody else to leave Portman Road. You know, I've got all that history of my own. Yeah, I sit in the seat my dad sat in. You know, it's got that connection. With somebody who's passed away, but you're still there close to them when you go. I'll be just as upset as the next person. But for my football club, if it's in a position to redevelop or have the need to, or build a new one, I want a new one because I think that's the best.
But when you build it, you'd have to be a Premier League club to do so, right?
Well, it would be in the sugar beet factory, but they fucked that up, didn't they? So they took over that and put a big warehouse there in the end. That would have been an ideal location.
Cole Brooks says in there he'd rather have a state-of-the-art training ground. Now that's a whole nother story, isn't it? Really, because that's a shit.
Well, the American, you know, a lot of times you get these huge complexes all together: training ground, stadium, you know, things like that. But anyway, so back to the state. What do you think about the map? These are the plans.
I like it. Yeah, good. Yeah. I've always wanted a big screen in that corner because I can see it perfectly from my seat, so I can be relaxing there, saying that. Yeah, good.
The Alf Ramsey lot weren't too happy. I saw.
Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
They're going to get. How are we going to see it? They were saying.
yeah. I suppose you can only have it in one corner, can't you? In all seriousness, but But then you'd have to have some good content on there, wouldn't you? You'd have to have some kind of match day style magazine, I suppose, that'd be playing on there.
Hello. We are available.
We are. I will even stop swearing.
They're on the screen.
Can you imagine it? Oh, Lewis Robertson. I was at my school prom that night. My date went mad because I kept going outside to phone my dad to get score updates. Should have gone to the game in hindsight. You absolutely should have done. Unless you married. Unless you married your prom date.
There's no way I would have gone to a prom over the match. Never.
Paul P. New stadium would be a massive capital investment. Not going to happen. No, absolutely, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But people keep joking with me about the cobble stand needs redeveloping. Well, that's capital. I'd rather, But anyway, yeah, we can dream. Are we aware of where the money is coming from for these developments? Because the last time we had developments, I'm sure Marcus Evans said it was either a centre half or getting the turnstiles painted.
From the Arizona pension fund.
Yeah, it is.
That's where it's coming
long as we can still afford our striker in the summer, and it won't be a case of you have a large screen and a new PA system or a new striker.
We will actually be able to hear what is being said now when they interview someone on that mic.
You won't want to.
So you can have new pitch, new big screen.
New pitch, not this summer, the following summer.
New division. The pitch coming so they can't do everything then.
My birdies tell me not this summer, next summer.
Yeah, I did see that the other day.
The pitch.
Yeah.
I thought we should put it in over the summer. It takes.
But the summer's a shorter summer, isn't it, this year?
Yeah, because of World Cup.
Yeah, in the winter. All right, okay. So we've done the stadium designs. I like them. Anytime we can upgrade Portman Road from the 1950s to modern day is quite good. I still remember that second scoreboard going in. That was quite a big thing when that went in the corner.
Yeah. I like the old scoreboard. Me and Rich like the little potato men.
They were good. Keep your eyes open.
We want a t-shirt. We want a t-shirt. We have that is on Martin's third page of his list. We want the little dancing men.
Don't worry. But yeah, let's get ourselves out of this division before we get worried about stadiums, cobbled or otherwise. Prediction League, let's quickly mention that. We've got 4 games. I have changed it. Cheers, Rich.
Oh, he's got it correct.
Where's the link? Put the link in.
Yeah, I will. Do you know what? I've had that graphic on 3 shows this week, and 3 shows I've sat at the graphic and I've had it on for like 10 seconds because a nagging part of my brain has said that's not right. Something's not right about that. So I've embarrassingly taken it off, and no one has said, Martin, you've got the game the wrong way around. But
I noticed. I thought you'd get the
We don't miss anything.
Oh no, you can't comment at all, Matt, because you didn't want to help at all. So you have no place to say. Ipswich versus Portsmouth, Scunthorpe versus Colchester, Wednesday versus Cambridge, and Leeds versus Norwich. Do you think Leeds might actually pick themselves up, or do you think Norwich might win that game, Rich?
Cool.
Leeds have got to win that game, haven't they? Because they're in a right mess, and they've played 2 or 3 games more than all the other teams around them. So
yeah.
I think I went 2-0 Leeds. I think I went 2-0 Leeds in that one.
Leeds are falling apart again. It's a great tune, man, isn't it? Yeah. Imagine sacking Marcelo Bees. Like, imagine it.
Man.
You know I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce names.
He should have gone to Barcelona.
I can't pronounce names.
He should have got. Messi would have stayed at Barcelona if they'd got Bielsa instead of Koeman.
But why sack him?
Yeah, exactly. Done great things there.
I mean, I'm guillotine Gov, and even I'm sitting there scratching my head thinking, oh, they left that guillotine up for a bit longer. Yeah. I mean,
Are we all at the, Colin was asking, are we all at the game tomorrow?
I am.
You're there. I'm going to be there. Rich is going to be there.
You miss a couple of Tuesdays and people start
thinking... Do you need directions, Martin, to get there tomorrow?
No, I've been there for the last 20-odd years. It's not moved.
Is it roadworks? Is there more roadworks again?
On the A14.
Leave early tomorrow, Matt, because there's going to be a big crowd, 25 plus.
God. Community day tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, community day. Bring £1 to the ground. Don't forget.
Do you know what would be better? Do you know what would be better? Having a huge community day in the summer where you've got the players, events, a whole family day. You could almost have like a family night at Portman Road in front of the lights, training.
What we used to do, Matt. When we were there, we were at the same. You remember the picture of Craig Forrest, and there was the young Matt Phillips. He was there as well. Dalian was there. John Duncan.
What do you think of this this community day tomorrow? Then, do you think it's a good idea? I mean,
anything that brings more people than usual annoys me a little bit. I've got to say. But I mean, get me back to the olden game.
Fuck you.
8,000 in. Perfect.
We've got a podcast that don't like the stadium and don't like fans turning up. Fucking hell. This has gone wrong, isn't it?
My 2 favourite games of the season.
You got me here, don't like the stadium. You got you don't like fans turning up, and who tells everyone they're a knob?
But this is the platform for the fans, by fans.
Drink to that one, I think.
Cheers, everybody.
If you've not been to town before, just don't bother coming.
Peter out, boys, please realise a lot of us do not live in Ipswich. I don't live in Ipswich either. I need to park somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to park in the cobble stand. Where are you going to park, Pete? Don't park in my spot.
We'll get the train. Be sustainable.
I can't get my mobility scooter on the train.
Do you have a train station at Stowmarket? You do, don't you?
We're on a main train line, you cheeky soul.
Oh, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Kel's got the right idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Please write those suggestions. Yeah, write those suggestions to Mark Ashton, PO Box, Ipswich Town Football Club. Get talking town on the screen. Get right to him today. Community day. I always felt, I'll be honest, under Marcus Evans, when you had the blokes and girls outside the stadium with the old tin rattlers.
Yeah,
I always felt I always felt a bit embarrassed. You've got a multi-millionaire owning the football club, and there you are saying, "Please bring a queen."
He scrapped it, didn't he? He scrapped the community trust. Paul Lambert bought that back, didn't he?
The king on his throne. But no, he did. You're right. He did do something. He bought points. Kieran McKenna's not bought us a drink yet.
No,
forget the wins, forget the domination. Where's my pint, Kieran?
He did put his hand in his pocket, didn't he, Lambert? He bought you seats on the coach, whatever, pints in the fan zone. Fair play to him for that. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, his teams were shy. They needed the PR stunts.
Most people would take the free drink over 3 points, I would say.
Absolutely. All right, 23 points. We've got a huge announcement. Tuesday, we've got a special guest joining us. Crunch has got a couple of clues. You've got 30 seconds to guess who the person joining us will be, but I'm very excited about it. But before I press the button and then we get into the actual show half an hour into the fucking thing, I want to say, I just want to take a moment to say, Rich, you've done phenomenal with this, and you've really gone above and beyond.
Mike D had it earlier in the show. I did see him say Rooster, but he didn't say anything.
Gone.
It's not Arnold Buren.
You've gone above and beyond for this, so I thank you, and I'm sure
he did turn me down. Everybody in July, it was like basically after we'd had Marcus Stewart, I spoke to Marcus saying, "Could you get it?" So I got his number. Spoke to him, didn't really fancy it. But then I thought, I'll have another go, a few months later. And, changed his mind. So we've got 1 hour, 60 minutes. And I think he's at the game tomorrow, Matt. I think, if I believe right, I think it's the players' dinner tonight. And he said he was going to be there.
Oh, great.
So,
hang on, lads, it's cancelled. I've just had a message for it. It's cancelled.
Oh, there you go.
He can't make it.
What, the podcast?
No, Adam's busy, look. I'm on it. I'm busy.
Go to the option.
Charles Coke.
Charles Coke.
I'd love Charles Coke. Got a few questions for him. Right, here it is. 12 seconds. It is, of course, you've guessed it already. It is, of course, Martin Rusa. How do you pronounce your name? How do you pronounce your name? Martin, of course. So,
Martin.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. One of my
It'd be a great show.
Favourite players.
Cult hero.
Absolutely, yeah. Rusa, what a Rolls Royce of a player. Says Mike D. The Flying Dutchman, Rusa. Rusa's my
Flying Dutchman sends Ipswich soaring to the Premiership. And George Burley with the whirling arms. Do you remember that, Matt? Dale Roberts.
We haven't discussed this. We haven't discussed this off air, but are we going to do 45 minutes and then 15 of co-fi members asking questions live on the show?
Yeah, can do.
Good idea.
Yeah. Open it up. Obviously, we'll have a live chat throughout the show, but 15 minutes live chat, live link if you're a co-fi member.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cash for questions, in other words.
Cash for questions.
I'm sure we could squeeze. I'm sure we could squeeze an extra 5 minutes out of them.
Absolutely. I mean, super chats also apply, but yeah, I just want to get the cash for questions gag in, really, to be honest with you. It's going to be really good. Right, on to the actual game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Martin Rusa on the platform. Never thought I'd see the day.
Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about it. Everybody.
And as Rich reminded me today, scored in that 3-0 over Portsmouth. After they were all hung over, weren't they, Portsmouth?
What a
and they
goal.
got promoted to the Premier League.
What a goal that was. We
3-0 at half time, wasn't it?
Took them to the cleaners. They were singing Harry and Jim for about 3 hours, their fans. And Pompey John was there standing on top of the boxes on the cobble with his...
He did go to every England game. He was always down the front row at Wembley all the time.
Librarian, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got an antiques bookshop. John Wedgwood Portsmouth is his name. Yeah, books is his thing. Yeah,
his books. It's all fake as well, isn't it? It's all sort of put on the day. It's not actual real tattoos. I read somewhere.
No, they're real tattoos.
I read.
They're not like Snake.
I'm only saying what I fucking.
They're not like Snake when his missus puts a snake on the side of his head.
I
He's been there about 3 weeks having it.
I don't know what
they
to
transfer.
believe
You've got to have a Kellogg's Frosties.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
That
The
Pompey
world's
team was
changed.
good, wasn't it? Merson. Was Carnu in that team, or was that just before him? Merson was certainly. Sherwood was in that team, wasn't he? Shaka in goal.
I can't stand
Arjad the Zoo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
good scene Harry put together now.
We cost a pretty bloody packet though, didn't it?
Well, yeah.
That's the kind of season I thought we were going to have this season, but there we go. Never mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking the division.
Matt's done a Boncho next, then Cruncher.
Don't worry, I've got a big list. I've still got another big list.
See the
summer. Don't worry.
It's a big
Mike,
list.
you two are excitable today. You really are.
Yeah.
You're like a couple of little puppies.
We're excited by life.
You
Back
are.
at Pullman Road.
Every time I go read one of the comments in the comments out, there's you just yep.
Prosnicki. Remember when Prosnicki played for Pompey? Yeah. Legend. He used to smoke about 30 fags a day, apparently. Old school.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah.
Did you have twos with him, did you?
Yeah.
Give us twos.
Quick one. Yeah.
Oh, smoke. Oh, nightclubbing back in the day. I'll give us twos, mate. Walkie next says Mike the Fisherman. Absolutely right. Tomorrow, Portsmouth. Edmondson out. I mean, I don't. They've obviously classed Edmondson as out for tomorrow, but also they've classed it as a period of time. I haven't actually seen an actual number of weeks though, which is quite rare because most things you suffer on the human body does have a time frame. What were you thinking? What were you saying?
I saw the still. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I see it.
He turned his ankle, didn't he, on that corner, I think it was.
They said ligament damage. They did think he might have to have an operation and that would put him out for quite a while. But
you might not see him.
I'd still be surprised. It depends how I see it. Depends how the next few games go, because if we keep winning, but if Burgess plays well, he probably wouldn't get back in. But it just depends, because if we lose a couple of games, there's no point rushing him, and then we can wait to the next season, can't we? Really?
Yeah.
I
hope Burgess plays well. What's the option?
Is it season over just without the club wanting to commit to season over? Because I find it very strange that the fact that it wasn't he's out for a month, out for 3, might need surgery if it's not better in 4. Like
I would say it's probably season over. I mean, look, the season ends on April the 30th. I mean, that's only 6 weeks away.
It's not long.
If he came back, you've only got a couple of games, maybe. So I think I don't think you'll see him again this season, unfortunately. So let's hope Burgess can step up. I mean, he's sat on the bloody bench since October. See what he can do.
Yeah. What about Burgess, Matt? Are you, because you sound a little bit concerned? I'm not going to lie.
Well, he said no games,
so he needs to be fresh.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously they've been training together, but as we keep saying every week, the back three has been picking itself, and suddenly it no longer does. So you're going to slot Burgess in there. But we did spend $750,000 on him for a reason. He's obviously decent. Well, Paul Cook thought he was decent. Whether McKenna thinks he's decent is another thing. We'll find out. But he comes with a good pedigree. He played on the left side at Accrington in a 3. So it's a position he's probably more used to, actually, than what Edmondson was.
In recent weeks, Rich, I haven't seen Edmondson be nearly as half as adventurous as he was initially under McKenna. That's almost been reined in a little bit for one reason or another. So I don't think we're going to lose a tremendous amount with Burgess instead of it. I've got big faith in Burgess. How about you?
Yeah, I think you see the other night, Martin, in the game, it was Wolfenden who was stepping out.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times he come out. Edmondson got caught, didn't he? He got caught at Sheffield Wednesday. But look, Cameron Burgess, He's a decent player at this level. I do agree with Matt a little bit. I know you're saying he's fresh, Martin, but he could be a bit ring rusty. The last time I really remember him was when he got bullied at Cambridge by Joe Ironside. But this is his opportunity. He's sat on the bench. McKenna's talked glowingly about him, but behind the scenes, in training, getting involved in all the stuff. So this is his chance. He's going to have 9 games between now and the end of the season. Could have another 2, could have another 3 in the playmps. But it's his chance now to take it, isn't it, really?
Oh, absolutely, because if there's any chance of Edmondson getting back in, Rich, you want to just shut that door. If you're Cameron Burgess, shut the door on it, because if you're playing well and the team are playing into May, as Lewis tells us to keep the faith and believe we will, you're not going to drop a centre-half after that run of form. So it's your job now to make sure you end the season on a real positive high.
Yeah, football's all about grabbing your opportunity when it comes. You sit on the bench. Look at Caden Jackson, prime example.
Absolutely.
Out in the cold. Luke Wolfenden, another one. Out in the cold. They've come in, they've grabbed their opportunity, and they've made themselves undroppable. That's what he needs to do in the next 9 games. Play as well as he can, then have a good pre-season, and then it's a headache for McKenna the start of next season, isn't it? But you never know, because one of them, Edmondson, might move on. Nobody knows what happens in football. So let's all get behind him tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised, Matt, if he nods one in from a corner, because the size of him, he should be getting his head on some corners if we can get some good delivery in.
Look at you writing fairy tale endings
Well,
to the game tomorrow. I hope so. Great if you did. Yeah, brilliant.
The thing is, I get your point about, is he fresh? Is he ring rusty? Is he this, that, and the other? But as a coach, whenever you've got a centre-half coming back from an injury, or let's be honest, the level I was managing at, a bit overweight or not played in a while, whatever it might be, a back 3 is your preferred method of, or route of method, because you're protecting that centre half. So tomorrow, he doesn't have to be quite as on it and in a 3 as a 2, because you've got that cover behind. You're covering less space as a part of that 3. So he's coming into a team that's almost a bit like porridge, ready made for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Portsmouth are going to play similar formation to us. I think they'll probably play something like a 3-4. And I think they've got 2 up front with 1 just behind. So it's going to be very similar. So it could be quite an end-to-end game tomorrow. One that we have to win. So yeah, it's going to be a baptism of fire a little bit for Burgess. Like Rich says, he hasn't really featured since the Cambridge disaster. A game we should have won quite comfortably and ended up drawing 2-2. And he was kind of the fall guy for that, because that's when he kind of disappeared from the starting 11, wasn't it? So it'd be a pressure situation for him to come in, but let's see what he's made of. We've seen other players come out of the wilderness, Jackson being the main example. Let's hope Burgess can do the same. I hope he does.
If you were Danny Cowley tomorrow, you'd probably say, right, they've got a centre-half who's not played a lot of football lately. The first 15, 20 minutes, play on him. Put him under a bit of pressure. See what he's got. Burgess just needs to do them simple things to get himself into the game. Have a good, solid first 15, 20 minutes. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I've got no doubt. He can play at this level. Even like Josh, when I teased out the Martin Roycer thing today, he tweeted me a picture of Ballant Bajner when he played against Fulham. And who was playing for Fulham?
Cameron Burgess.
So,
look, I recognised him.
Yeah,
I've
got no problems with him. I think he'll be fine tomorrow.
It's not often in League One you've got nearly a £1 million defender ready to step into, as your 4th choice. It's a rarity, and he is nearly £1 million, 750,000. So, with inflation the way it is in the UK at the moment, it's probably worth 2.
What did Cowley call us? The Galacticos of League One, didn't he?
I see he was bleating on again about this Jacobs thing. Fucking getting
what made Luke McCarthy want to buy or get Ballant Bajner in? That was a very curveball signing for him, wasn't it?
It started with a need and ended with no budget.
He played 43 minutes of that game, and then Mick took him off. And I remember in the post-match, he said he was goosed. We never see him again.
Yeah, because he was shit. Did he go Notts County or somewhere?
He went there. What was the saying, Martin?
No badger, no Banya, no pie, but no Banya, no pie. Yeah. Oliver Hayes. I was at my wedding that day, the day he played Fulham. Hypothetically, what is the potential level of Ipswich Town in relation to other English clubs, and with the largest capacity stadium you can imagine being filled? Imagine a perfect 10 years. Well, we're just outside London. There's no other club in East Anglia worth anything. Let's be brutally honest. I mean, I noticed Norwich had empty seats midweek and owned to Chelsea. I mean, come on, when you're bottom of the table, but you're still in the Premier League. It's ridiculous. I don't know what
Tyrese was there.
40,000. Do you think 40 would be ambitious?
40,000.
Because in the Premier League the first time we had a waiting list.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Even at 30,000, I believe we still had a bit of a waiting list.
I'd say 35. I'd say 35,000 we could get.
Yeah, 35. So you wouldn't make a
stadium.
5,000
over what we've got at the moment. But then we took 40 odd to Wembley when we got to the playoff final, didn't we?
That's because your mum, your gran, your sister, your mate's mate, your mate's mate of a mate, your dad's brother's brother. You know, they all want to come, don't they, at Wembley? Let's be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a funny one. I mean, I think maybe you have to have maybe like a couple of seasons in the Premier League to like put that foundation down and roots, and then you start getting a generation of kids coming through and going, "Oh, right, that's my local team. I want to go to that." We were lucky in that first season in the Premier League when we finished 5th that kids wanted to go. Under the McCarthy era, no one wanted to go. Even I didn't want to bloody go. You know, so
you're only 60. You're only an hour outside of London, so all of those routes on that main train line. Also, if you're in the Premier League, would be interested in coming and seeing you.
Chelsea fans. If you need a team, if you're living in Suffolk, you know your team's going down the plug hole. Come to Portsmouth Road. Bin them shirts with 3 on them.
Don't start me on Chelsea today. I'm saving that for Sunday.
It used to be that in Chelmsford, because of our location, again, it's equal time to get to London as it is to Ipswich. Either was like West Ham or whatever, or Ipswich Town. All my family are West Ham, other than me. I was like the black sheep of the family with Ipswich, but you've got to put the foundation of success down. If we were to win, I don't know, the championship title, for example, then you've got people wanting to see Premier League football, haven't you? And there could be a waiting list, as there was all those years ago.
I don't know if football on TV has changed so much since the year 2001 that you would have less fans interested. I know the first time around, Rich, many fans were interested in getting a season ticket because they may have been a Man United fan. So you were qualifying yourself, guaranteeing your seat for the Man United game, but then also you were getting all the other top teams. It wasn't as regular. I mean, look at tonight. West Brom, Friday night West Brom. Why are West Brom always on the TV?
Always,
What is going like Spurs? I've been saying for the last 10 years I'm sick of Tottenham being played on a Sunday, being rammed down my throat. There's too much football on TV. I'll say it. There's too much on TV.
But you would find if we ever got to the Premier League, we wouldn't be playing on a Saturday at 3 o'clock.
No, I know.
Times, we wouldn't.
That would suit me better, to be honest. That would suit me better.
Would you go to a midweek game though, Matt?
Midweek games are difficult for me, as you know, but I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, I do like the streaming option, which has come out of the pandemic. We started, didn't it? We actually with the red button on Sky, wasn't it? When the deal changed with the EFL, and you can watch all championship games on the red button. Because it gives you we're all family guys, aren't we? And we've got kids and that, so you can do both. You can pick the kids up and get them to bed and watch the game. At the moment, I'd have to leave dead early, like 5 o'clock or whatever, just to get to Portsmouth Road. And you know my history of traffic jams. If there's a traffic jam, I'm going to be in it.
Only because you've caused it. Matt Stanley says, has anyone done the EFL questionnaire? I'll be honest, Matt. I did 7 questions and then realised there was more than 7 and gave up.
Is there anything?
That is your ceiling.
Is there anything on green shoots in there?
Apparently, a lot on heroin.
I did say a bit. Have you smoked cocaine? Have you seen anyone smoking cocaine at football?
Smoke? I don't know. You could smoke cocaine.
Or taking cocaine or whatever.
I
don't know. Not my area expertise. This.
Drugs are bad, okay? Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay?
What's this survey then? What's the survey they've put out?
Oh, they send
EFL survey.
Yeah. And every year I start off wanting to do it and then realise it's got more than 10 questions, 5. It's got so many pages attached to it. Like, has the pandemic affected you going to the football ground? Well, yes. Of course it fucking has. How could it not? You know? Ridiculous. And then heroin questions according to Matt Stannard. There you go. You don't get this from other shows. I'm telling you now, you don't get this. Sam Morsey, fit for tomorrow, we believe. midweek last week we were saying midweek Tuesday, Wednesday we were saying season's over for Sam. This is guttering. If it's a hamstring, it could be 4, 5, 6, whatever, blah blah blah. According to McKenna and according to the miracle workers at Portman Road these days,
the sources that Rich has got tells us he will be all right tomorrow, which is great news.
Good to go. What do we think about that?
It was typical, wasn't it? That we put in that electric first half on Tuesday, then we finished the game with like multiple injuries. Is Morsey out? Is Edmondson out? Is Burns going to be out? But it sounds like he's going to be okay. He's such a big, he's such a big miss for us, Morsey, as we found out.
We really did what Matt Holland did. When Matt Holland was injured, what did he do, Matt? He went to Felixstowe. He went in the sea.
Got in the sea. Yeah, I remember that. He wanted to keep that run going, didn't he? It was like 200 games or something, wasn't it? Yeah,
and it works.
And it works. Yeah, absolutely. Morsey's integral to us. He really is. I mean, he works really well.
Fowler, yeah, he did, Jordan. That was against Everton when he scored because they were giving him a load of stick that he was a druggie and he done the sniffing.
He got banned, didn't he?
What a great celebration that was. They don't get celebration like that nowadays.
No.
This is fun fact for you. This is the second time Robbie Fowler has been featured on this platform in this week.
Really? What was the first one?
Midweek, when he put a bouncer past Andy Marshall to almost send us down, really. For Leeds United.
I went to that game.
That was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a midweek game. I think I got spat at when we were walking to the ground. Lovely place, Leeds.
Yeah. Oh, salt of the earth. But yeah, Malcolm, because I on this on Wednesday shows, Matt. I know you're watching probably Louis Theroux or whatever you're watching, but I like to do a throwback on this day, sort of, and it was Malcolm Webster defending Andy Marshall, and I saw the goal on YouTube. If you've not seen it, check it out. It's a howler and a half.
Bounced over and didn't
I'll be normally watching Repair Shop on a Wednesday, but I think they had question time this week. Ukraine special.
Yeah, I watched that with David Lammy.
Yeah, that's it. And the Ukraine guy didn't turn up and then appeared via video.
I can't take David Lammy seriously after that policeman clip that you see all doing on social media where he says, I've been here a while. I've not seen a policeman anywhere. And there's one literally stood right behind him. I can't take him seriously after that. I'm going to be honest. But yeah, Sam Morsey. Who would be the bigger miss, Morsey or Edmondson, Matt?
I mean, look, they're both strong in their relative positions, but I would say probably Morsey because of the marauding aspect, the marauder, I like to call him, the aspect that he brings to moving forward and getting things happening. And he takes responsibility, doesn't he, Morsey? Give me the ball and I'll get things happening. He gets it from Backinson and takes it forward and tries to get things happening and getting moves started. I love how he takes responsibility for it. Proper like a captain. We said when he signed he could be the new Matt Holland, and I still stand by that. So yeah, I do feel like the fact we've got Burgess to come in for Edmondson it probably cushions that blow a little bit. There's not a replacement for Morsey. Who are you going to play with Morsey with? Carroll? I don't think so. So we need Morsey fit, absolutely, and we probably need to look in the summer for like a Morsey light a little bit, someone who can step into that into his shoes should he get injured, which he will do at some point.
You don't mean someone like Matete, do you?
What, Sunderland? Yeah.
I kept telling Ashton in January, we need to get Matete. We need
someone better. Look, Mike's put El Miz. We need someone better than him.
The thing is, Rich, are you surprised they didn't move for somebody? Because I said at the time, Sam Morsey will miss games between now and the end of the season. Just more because of his record with getting yellow cards.
It all depends on in January. You're going to pay over the odds. Like Matete, we all say, yeah, we should have gone from him. He might not have wanted to come here anyway. He might want to play regular football.
Yeah.
He wouldn't play. If he's sitting behind Sam Morsey, is he really going to want to do that? A lot of players are not going to want to do that,
He'd play with Sam Morsey, wouldn't he? If he had both of them?
We wouldn't need. We got Big T. We got Big T, haven't we, Matt?
Big T. Look, you're coming round to Big T now, aren't you?
Pulling the strings. Yeah, I've come away. So's Callie. Callie's come around to your way of thinking.
Big T. Yeah. Everyone laughs at me and then comes around to my way of thinking. It's okay. It's all good.
Mike D wants Cameron Brannigan. Very good player.
Good player.
Very good player.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I've got a great shout. For a striker that we should sign in the summer.
Who?
Oh, yeah, Rich told me this the other day.
Andreas Weimann is who we should be looking for.
About 5 years out of date.
From Bristol City.
Still banging them in the championship, Ryan.
Yes.
Still banging them in the
striker, Rich. Is he a striker or does he play like the 10?
Left winger, isn't he? Oh, he's a left winger.
He's left winger.
Plays up front for them. He come from Villa, didn't he? He was at Villa.
Scored that.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Andreas Weimann, he was putting a headed goal past Scott Loach.
Pox's favourite.
In the FA Cup for Villa against Town.
Yeah.
500 games now, Scott Loach.
Great goalkeeper.
Games.
He's in the England C team, isn't he? The England non-league.
Yeah. He had a great game that game against Villa, actually.
At Villa Park, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He hadn't played a lot of games. He hadn't played a lot of games, and he came in and played
because Hendo was cup tied or whatever.
Henderson. Oh, he was a good keeper as well, wasn't he? We had him on loan. Where was he from?
Portsmouth, I think. Yeah. Funny enough. Yeah. But I thought Loach was great.
Didn't we? A lot of lone goalkeepers we had.
Oh, we had too many. It was a revolving door. But I don't think Weimann fits the player trading model, does he? Buy him young.
Mike Brown says he's 31, Weimann, but we need someone who can. It doesn't. I'm not really worried about 31. He's not old. He could still do a job.
We wish we were 31 now.
Exactly.
He's got about 16 goals this season, hasn't he, Rich? Something like
that. Look at the goal charts. He scores 15 plus every single season.
You'd think it'd get at least that and more in League One, wouldn't you? If we're still in League One, I thought.
Not for me, I'm afraid. Sorry. Nah, pass. Hard pass. You got Joe Pigott. What do you need Andreas Weimann for?
Well, you just said Weimann was left-sided. Pigott's not left-sided, is he?
Piggott can play anywhere. He's adaptable. He's flexible. You just ain't seen it yet. You just ain't seen it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Any news on Lee Evans?
He does play well in the channels, but we've never seen that.
No, all quiet on Evans. Evans and Kyle Edwards. He said today still injured.
Although Edwards, we did expect to be out for the rest of the season.
But Evans, he didn't really say he's still injured. So
we did. So big game tomorrow. Is it a must-win or is it a mustn't-lose, Richard Moss?
They're all must-win games. We need to win tomorrow. We need to beat Oxford, and we need to beat Plymouth. The next 3 games, we have to win all 3 of them.
We've got to take it one game at a time.
I'm just saying.
51 minutes later, we've got to win tomorrow.
We have got to win tomorrow. I don't think we'll win tomorrow. I think it'll be a draw tomorrow. I'm being honest. I think it'll be a draw tomorrow.
That's no good. That's good for them. Great. That's the league table.
I do feel like it's probably a very winnable game tomorrow. I mean, look, Portsmouth were 3-0 down at home to Fleetwood and managed to scrape a 3-3 back. I mean, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? 3-0 down.
They've won 6 out of the last 7, Matt, and that was the only draw, the Fleetwood game. So they're top of the form table.
I think my personal take on this is we could beat them quite comfortably. We beat them 4-0 at Fratton Park. Why wouldn't we take them apart at Pullman Road?
No 2 games are the same.
Keeper had a bit of a nightmare that day, didn't he?
Bazunu.
Yeah. Bazunu. No one knows how to say his name.
Bazunu.
See what Paul says tomorrow.
Who?
Bazunu. Gavin Bazunu.
If we play like we did in the first half,
can you say that again, please?
Gavin Bazunu.
No, that is not his name.
Gavin Bazunu, I'm telling you. It's Bazunu.
Someone spell it out in the comments. If we play like we did Tuesday night in the first half, we'll win easy. We'll win easy.
You've got to win it because Portsmouth are on 35, 2 games in hand. They win, they go above you. They go above you, and they've got 2 games in hand. You've got to not kill off their playoff charge, but you've got to put a big dent in it. You've got to.
They play Plymouth. They go to Plymouth on Tuesday as well, Mike. So if we can beat them tomorrow, go to Plymouth. They get a draw, which would help us out.
Yeah. Where's the M then, Rich?
Bazuna. That's what I said. Bazuna. Bazunu. Where's Bazunu?
The middle U would be silent. The middle U would be silent.
Why are you presuming the middle U would be silent?
It's not.
Because I've heard commentators call him Gavin Bazunu.
We'll see tomorrow.
That said,
we'll hear tomorrow. They had a new announcer the other night. Foz wasn't there.
Yeah, who was on the mic?
Awful. Terrible. That's another thing they need to address. Yeah. Bring back Rob Chandler. Get him back.
He doesn't want to come back. He's happy being a fan at the moment.
I know he's been a fan, but we need him back.
Get the crunch on. Here we go.
I love how Gov says it like Fashnu. Absolutely. Gavin Bazunu and Fashnu. Bazunu, Fashnu. That could be quite a nice little
Fashnu for Norwich against Liverpool. What a goal that was.
Oh.
Search it on the internet. Shall I get one? Shall I get Google? Shall I get Google to tell us how we say Bazunu?
Yes,
is that the level of this show sunk to now on a Friday night? We're asking Google, how do you
There you go, Facebook user. So Rooser was called, they called him Rooser, you called him Rouser. Martin Rauter.
Yeah.
Bazunu. It's Bazunu. Bazunu.
Is it Sonny, Matt, or is it Shawnee?
Well, as someone who has interviewed Shawnee, okay, I have to go wait on me.
How are you saying it?
Bazunu.
How are you saying it, Matt?
Bazunu. I'm agreeing with Rich. Bazunu.
All right.
Can you pronounce Andre Dazelle, please?
Andre Wonder Kid Dazelle.
Someone stand by the Portsmouth coach tomorrow and go, how do you say your name?
All I know is tomorrow, Gavin Bazunu or Bajnu or Big Gav is going to have backache because the ball's going to be back of his net about 4 times. So he's going to have to need some ibuprofen in the evening because he's going to have a bit of backache. That's what I'm going to tell you. Didn't Andy Marshall suffer with backache? I'm not surprised, but didn't he suffer with backache?
Did you two warm to Andy Marshall when he signed? Were you like,
Do I sound like I want to Andy Marshall?
No, you didn't.
I don't hold grudges.
It was a weird signing, wasn't it?
I didn't warm to Matteo Serini, to be quite honest.
I liked him.
Better go with
Instead,
Andy Marshall.
he told Sheepshanks, superstition is for weak men, he said. I like that. He was good. He was good. He was the scapegoat, wasn't he, for the relegation?
Didn't want to play at Dagenham when it's a little bit frosty. And when I went to Charlton away when we're 2-0 up and he was looking at the penalty area in the warm-up and I thought,
he was just ahead of his time. Because these days, you never get number 1 goalkeeper playing the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
No.
Never.
Exactly. Well, he was used to a winter break, wasn't he? I liked him. I thought he was good. Yeah. I liked him.
Andre can't get a game for QPR, Dazelle.
Oh, is he not playing for them now?
Ben pronounces it a bit different to I do, but that's fine. David Burns, our game says MK Colin was a credit to League One. No Bazunu, no party. No Bazunu, no party.
Look, we could do with another performance like we did at Fratton.
David, I know David's son Christian's getting married. If you need a compere on the mic, Martin is available. But you might just struggle with a few names.
No. Wesley Burns, I can.
Can you speak Welsh?
He can barely speak English. You're not going to be able to speak Welsh.
Well, there you go. So that's a no.
Can you remember who recommended Serini to Ipswich?
Sven-Goran Eriksson.
Yes, from his time in Italy with Sampdoria.
Yeah. Can you remember, Matt? This is for Matt. Who recommended Martin Rooser to town?
Zondervan, surely.
Well done, Martin.
Yes.
1 point.
Yeah, great. But where is Zondervan? Can he scout for us again? Because he was good.
I did try and contact him on Facebook, on Messenger, but he didn't come back to me. I contact anyone. I trawl through Facebook. I look through people's friends lists. That's how I got a few of them.
Don't give away the secrets.
No. Right, 1 to 11. Here we go. We have got your one first, Matt. This is your 1 to 11. You've gone for Walton, Janoy Danassian, Burgess and Wolf, Burns, Big T, Tyreek Backerson for those listening at home, Morsey, Thompson, Selena, Aluko, and Caden the God.
Pretty much the same team from the other night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I thought we were brilliant. That first half, I thought was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And like I say, when I was on the show Tuesday, and BBC Lincolnshire were like, this is the best team we've played all season. We're going to be doing good if we can get in here at 3 or 4. They were relieved to get in at 2. Brilliant. So why change? We're forced into changing Edmondson. Let's keep the rest the same. That's what I would do.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair enough. Crunch, thoughts on his team?
Good team.
You can't drop Jacko, can you? It's in great form.
No chance.
Do you think he might, though? Do you think he might want to switch it up again? He does like switching those strikers up.
He does. But I mean, look, Colin's been messaging me Aluko comments and newspaper features since Tuesday. So, I mean, everyone thinks he had a great game. I thought he had a good game. I just feel that front three is like, is decent and is a match for anybody in this division right now.
Okay. All right. Rich, your 11 is here. Talk me through your 11.
Well, I did give you 2, didn't I?
You did, but we don't do fence sitting in the corridors of Talking Town.
I didn't tell you which one I was going to go for.
Well, then you've gone for what I've plucked out of the bag. Ready, Rod Stewart? Like,
well,
what have we got? This is the team you've got.
Well, this was on. If Morsey doesn't play tomorrow, because it's not nailed on that he's going to play.
No.
So obviously we had to have someone in the middle of midfield. So we had Selena last week. I don't like Carroll in there with Backinson. I think they're too similar.
Yeah.
And it's a game we've got to be on the front foot and we need to win. So we need to get an extra forward-thinking player. That's why I've gone for Aluko, and I've given him the armband. So if Morsey doesn't make it,
Aluko captain, I like it.
Yeah.
Decent. I don't like Carroll as a player. He's one of these players that looks harsh. He's on his toes and he looks like he's got energy. It doesn't progress anything. It's back or it's side. It does my head in. It looks like he's doing a lot. I actually don't think he's doing much at all. That's my view on Carroll. But the fact is, I think he could be here next season because he's got the history with McKenna, hasn't he, from Spurs?
Yeah, I hope he isn't. But yeah, you're right. He has that history. Although he's probably somebody who Elmis could easily take the position of what he's doing in the squad. Like Elmis has signed an extension to his contract, so you have to at some point.
I'd get rid of him.
He's just signed. Yeah, they may well do, but he's just signed an extension to his deal. He's got more years on his contract, so at some point you've got to.
Elmis. What's he ever done for us? Nothing.
What opportunity?
He'll be loaned out next season, I think.
He's already been loaned out a couple of times. Like you've got to eventually.
He was like a fish out of water in that game at Hillsborough, wasn't he? In the first half, actually, he did all right in the second half. Then got subbed. I don't think he's quite good enough for us. He's probably level. He's like going to League Two or something, like everyone else is proving from that Lambert era.
I think he's good enough. I think he's just not had enough opportunities in a decent side, to be honest.
Maybe.
Looked okay at home against Wednesday. Came in out of the blue.
Yeah, he could do well in that game.
He's a young player. But you can't expect every game he plays to be 8 out of 10. He's a young player. Look at Luke Wolfenden. I kept saying last year about Luke Wolfenden. He's a young player. They have peaks and they have troughs, roller coaster, and people get saying, "Oh no, he's no good. Get rid of him." Cook says he's in the bin. He should be in the bin. I kept saying no.
But where is he going to get a run of games at Town? He's not really, is he?
That position they keep playing him in that centre of midfield, is not his position. He's a 10, really, isn't he? Like Drogba.
The thing is, it's like Elkan Baggott. Now, I'm not saying he's ready now, but at some point you have to commit to the trust to these players to say, right, I trust you for 5 games. You might play well 3 out of, you might play well 2, but I trust you for at least an extended. Otherwise, you never have a young player come through properly, like we haven't done for such a long time.
Well, Brentford don't have young players come through. You like that one?
No, they have success, don't they? To be fair.
Yeah. It is not. Look, I'm in two minds about it. I do like seeing youngsters come through, but are they good enough? I'm not going to look at them with blue tinted spectacles and go, "He's come through the academy. He's going to be decent." If you're not good enough, see you later. That train has left the station for me.
It's true.
We need to get out of this division ASAP. If it's this season, great. Next season, an absolute must.
Yeah, he did sign under Cook, but he also signed it under Mark Ashton. Who's running the show?
Fair enough.
That's the question you have to ask yourself, I guess. I have got a team I've got to show you. Somebody has sent it in. They believe we should go, just go for it against Portsmouth. This is their team. What do we think of this one?
Oh my God! Is this your team?
No, it's Matt Stannard.
We've got Thompson, Backinson, Burns. Who's the 4?
Bond, Jackson, Piggott, and
Norwood. Interesting.
I mean, I reckon the Fishermen would love that formation. I mean, like literally, it's 4 up top. It's not 1.
What you used to see in the 50s.
Nothing wrong with that formation. Nothing right with it.
But you're playing long balls that then, because you got the majority of players up top. We're going to send it long.
But you certainly ain't. Sorry, wrong one. You certainly ain't passing it through the middle, are you? With the 3 that you've got.
Mike D's put Matt Stannard has turned into Aussie. Was that
everyone's
Newcastle?
Everybody is saying no. God no. I'd definitely try and get Chaplin in. Pompey fear him, says Keith. Good point, Keith.
Well, I've got him in my other team.
He was in this team as well.
He's in my other team if Morsey's fit. Aluko drops out.
You've gone from having Aluko in a central role and captain to dropping out completely.
Yeah.
Wow. Flaky, man. Flaky.
Not really.
There's no loyalty anymore in football, is there?
No loyalty in football, is there?
Right. I must do this because I've been meaning to do it every single show for the last 3 weeks. Goal of the month for Trimley Red Devils. I need you two to help me out.
How many we got?
I think it's 4 from memory. I don't know. I've made it a while back now. It's February. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy that one and that one.
Oh, good goal.
Not a bad finish.
All of it.
Might be going, mate.
I need it all. Do you want it though?
Yeah, that's that.
Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't wanna see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. I'm down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard he scammer, had to switch up the account.
Composure.
I feel like me and Ricardo could be related.
It's not a purse, it's a merch, 6 figures.
Look
What's
at that.
going
Nice chip.
on?
Back kick. Look at this. This is completely.
I used to play with Ricardo.
Did you?
Yeah, honestly, I did.
Don't know what it
It's
takes.
the same game.
It is. They must have annihilated them.
Right between the courts, I don't know.
That won't win, but that is an understated finish. Like that's a real composure. Like you could, I've seen that blasted wide and high so much.
The keeper's given up. Oh look, Redmond.
Oh,
look at that one.
Nice.
Is that a Cameron Burgess tomorrow header for you? Is it, Rich?
That was a good finish.
He's ghosted in there. Look. Oh, it's a Frank Lampard type. Oh, that's not even him. Look at that. Boom.
Oh, it was tapped in.
Right, 4 goals. What do we think? Goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, or goal 4? Put a poll in the chat. What do we think?
I've got to go with the Phillips fam. I'm going goal 2, man.
That is good composure, isn't it?
Goal 2?
Yeah. Phillips.
That is
Ricardo.
good composure.
Composure. He's cool. He's done a little Zlatan there. I liked it.
Goal 1.
Typical Phillips is what I would say that goal.
Goal 1.
Ever scored a goal like that, Matt?
Oh, hundreds.
Did you ever play football?
Yes, of course I did. Not for many years.
What position did you used to play?
I used to play right wing, nippy.
Third goal looked offside to Ant still. Oh, that's controversial.
Difficult to
Is
say
it?
from that camera position.
Can't-
You can't tell. You can't tell. You can't tell.
You can't tell.
You're guessing, Ant. You're guessing.
You can't tell, to be fair.
No.
I mean, you
Do you
lose
watch
track.
all the-
I mean, he
do you watch
might
all
be
the-
slightly, to be fair.
Do you watch all the Trimley games in? Martin, on their like feed?
No, I just get sent through the goals. Really,
Oh,
I like looking at them. They're really good goals. Thanks
A
for
lot
good
of clubs
stuff.
do this now, don't they? Film their games on that. What is it like?
On
an
the
automatic
Vivo,
camera?
if ever. Yeah, it's not a great
Vivo.
camera angle. I've got to zoom in on it on the editing software. But
Good
that
though.
first goal is a tasty little finish.
Was a good finish. If
If-
there hadn't been a
if-
Phillips in the fold, I probably would have gone for goal 1.
Yeah, but if Selena does that tomorrow,
Yeah.
you know we're all going to be absolutely
We will
off
be,
our
yeah.
seats
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Wonderland.
if Selena scored this, yeah, you'd be.
It's a finish.
Yeah,
Shift
you'd be
it.
going for it. Yeah.
Keeper's got no chance. People are saying he should save it, but
Lost driver.
I mean that's the distance and that's moved. That's
Yeah.
travelled. Look at
Look at
that.
this.
Boom.
Nice little touch there. That's a
Have
great
it.
shot. I mean, look, the keeper could have done better there, I feel.
That's got to win. Matt was left back in the changing room, says Ben Moore.
Cheeky.
Cheeky. Right, score predictions then while the audience
He
is
says, I
voting.
can imagine Matt being like a Dennis Wise in the engine room.
Yeah,
Nasty
yeah,
little
yeah.
5-footer.
What, can't get
Yeah.
near anybody?
Yeah, I'd be like that. I probably wasn't like that when I was a kid, but now I would be. Yeah.
I think Norwich featured heavily in the Premier League goal of the month of February, didn't they, Matt?
Yeah.
It was all against them though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was four goals.
Ben Moore's got the right idea. Type in Trinity Red Devils on YouTube and subscribe. It's great content on there. Norman Greenwald, surely Matt was a towering centre back.
All right, don't take the piss.
Where did you used to play?
I just told you, right wing. I was nippy.
Right wing.
I had all the
arse.
skills. No one could beat me. You know, we used to do the training drill round the cones.
Oh, Brooks, that's very harsh. Matt will be the last one. picked,
No
like,
way.
yeah.
I was one of the first that got.
Yeah, we'll
picked.
have you, we'll have you, we'll have you.
I was one of the captains. Let me tell you that right now. Yeah, you two lumbering oafs. You never got round them cones. I would have lapped you round them cones. Easy money.
I was actually quite
Easy.
tired.
Bring cones tomorrow in the ball, everybody. We'll do it on the Alf Ramsey way.
I am known for my stamina.
Yeah, I bet you had. I bet you.
What are we talking about here?
You know, when you used to dribble around cones and then you had to go back again.
You got size 15 feet, you know.
Hey, wait, that is the time. Let's get on with it. Right,
Lumbering.
score. It's a Friday night,
Lumbering.
boys and girls. Score prediction, please. What are we thinking about? I'm not lumbering.
Two.
2-1 for Town. Perfect.
2-1 for
Perfect. Craig at Portsmouth. I don't want to be ninth anymore. No, neither do I. Neither do I. I really hate being ninth.
Has Craig got divided loyalties?
No, he's big Town. He comes away. He comes on a Tuesday night, Matt. He puts us to shame.
Oh, well, yeah. Shout out, Craig. Decent.
He was shouting out Craig like a wino. Look at it. Shout out, Craig. with the wine glass in his hand.
Yeah.
State of it. Rich, score prediction, please. Oh, Rich, you brought the mood.
Very negative.
1-1.
Negativity.
You're not going to like my.
Yeah, we'll beat. We stuck 4 past season, Fran. We can beat these again. Absolutely.
I think we're going to lose.
Oh my God!
There you go.
What are you basing that on? Did you not watch Tuesday night?
Okay, this is my train of thought. Yes, I did watch Tuesday night because I was doing the show with you. Right, it's a big game. It's a must-win. Yeah. It's in front of 20,000+. Where I can't remember the last time I saw Ipswich Town win a must-win in front of a large crowd.
Very true.
Like, I've got the scars of the past coming with me tomorrow. Honestly, every time we've played in a big game.
You can't compare the McKenna era to other eras.
That's all I've got to. Well, until you prove me differently, you are what you are.
Yeah, okay.
Don't tell me. Show
very
me.
Negative and very pessimistic, but okay. It's your opinion.
Great shout out by Matt Stannard there. You should add Stockport versus Needham Market, or Needham Market versus Stockport in the FA Trophy tomorrow.
FA Trophy, yeah.
It's too late. It's too late.
Big game.
Where were you on Monday's show, mate? You should have tested it on Monday's show.
I like
was Tuesday not a must-win? Well, yeah, but so was Cheltenham and Morecambe. Didn't we need one of those?
You're now cherry-picking must-win games, aren't you? Jordan's absolutely right. Tuesday was a must-win.
It was.
I
wasn't there.
It felt like MK Dons was a must-win, didn't it? But I suppose, in hindsight, the point was quite good. But yeah, I feel like at home against Portsmouth, that is a must-win. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't worry. I think we're better than Portsmouth. I just think the occasion, community day, big game, an important game, a resurgent Portsmouth or informed Portsmouth. I don't know. I think it'd be 2-1 defeat.
If Fleetwood could stick 3 past Portsmouth at Fountain Park, we can stick 3 past them at Pullman Road. Is my take on it, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I half expect to see David Nugent run on the pitch at 65 minutes. To be
he's
fair,
annoying me. He was another one who used to do all this and
stick one past us.
Tyler Walker, man, isn't they? Tyler Walker playing for them.
Player him. Yeah, he's good, decent. Yeah, he's a good player.
They're running against the bottom 10 sides. They'll hardly touch the ball. 3-0 Town. Plus, of course, then you got you two on Sunday show saying, "We wanted the Cowleys. We said the Cowleys."
Well, we did say them, to be fair.
See, I'm already expecting it. Right, okay. Well, we see. We're live tomorrow from the Sir Ralph statue, 150. Join us. Come by, say hi. Don't have to get involved in the show if you don't want to. But you can come by and say hi. We're not unfriendly people. Well, Matt is, but we keep him caged.
If you're on other podcasts, don't just wander past us. Come and say hello. We're friendly.
We are. Well, again, most of us are. You're not, but we are friendly.
Friendly, mate.
Are you on camera work tomorrow?
Maybe. You've done. I feel like you've demoted me a little bit pre-match.
No, you promoted yourself because you said
demoted him.
People at home like the raw aspect.
People like it. Yeah, they do. They do. I like that. Well, I personally liked it.
So
I'm happy to deliver that to the people.
And you sort it out. You do it.
Rich, you going to be there tomorrow pre-match, or you got football?
I'll see. I'm working. I'm working till 12, so it'll be a bit of a. It depends what the traffic's like because it was horrendous the other night coming in.
Fucking diva! You absolute diva!
In the morning.
Some of us have got to go to work in the morning. We can't all lay in bed.
When I've got work to do, I always get messages saying, "Where's the retweet? Why aren't you retweet?" It's like, because I'm working.
Oh, I've got my password. I've logged out of Twitter and I can't remember my password again.
True. That is genuinely true, though. That is genuinely hand on heart.
Yes, Keith Donner, I am doing a full shift tomorrow. How dare you?
Yeah.
Only because you got to clock in and out now.
That is very true. On a Saturday now, we have to sign in and sign out.
And don't forget, everybody, Martin Rice is coming next week. Woo!
Let's end the show on that one. Right. Support us on Ko-Fi if you should so wish. If you like the ramblings on a Friday night or any night that we perform. But we're live tomorrow, as I say, at the Sir Ralph Ramsey. Come by, say hello. And we need a 12th man. Where are you? Let's be having you. Oh, actually, I need to play a word from our sponsors. Hello, you lovely lot. I am here very quickly to discuss Woodpecker Mortgages and Protection, run by Ipswich Town fan Graham. So you know you're in good hands if you go with Woodpecker Mortgages and Protection. I want to discuss the income protection service they do with you. You all know me and you all know my story. Literally, one day I went out into that big wide world, a scary world, and I had an injury which left me disabled and unable to work. Just like that, I lost my income. Just like that. That's a click there. Crazy. this may have been an answer to a prayer, because obviously when you can't work, you can't earn. And when you can't earn, your bills are still going to be there wanting to be paid, like children needing to be fed. This could have been an answer to my prayer and taken some stress away from me and let me focus on my mental and physical health. Income protection insurance, it's not for everybody, but it might be for you. So give Graham a call on 01636 337 447 or email graham@woodpeckermortgages.co.uk. And I must say, your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. You know it makes sense, you lovely people.